PSVR game. Has it already? Welcome back to the return of Dumpster Fire Games. It's been a while, guys. But first and foremost, let's start with a little history before deep diving into why I think the Getaway series could possibly be returning as a PSVR game, if it hasn't already. The Getaway is an action-adventure video game developed by Team SOHO and published by Sony Computer Entertainment Europe for the PS2. The game was inspired by British gangster movies like Get Carter and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and has been compared to the Grand Theft Auto series. Indeed, The Getaway was released shortly after Grand Theft Auto Vice City. The latter had overshadowed The Getaway. Despite this, The Getaway managed to sell 250,000 copies in the run up to Christmas of 2002. The game had initially been planned for release to coincide with the launch of the PS2 in 2000, but was delayed for 2 years due to recreating extensive areas of London in high resolution. Team SOHO, the developers of the Getaway series, went on in 2002 to merge with Studio Camden to form Sony Computer Entertainment Europe Studio London, SCEE Studio London for short. Yes, that's a lot of E's. It later went on to be named as Sony Interactive Entertainment London Studio, also known as SIE London Studio, when Sony rebranded. I think the SIE is a lot better. SIE London Studio went on to develop The Getaway Black Monday, which was released in 2004 for the PS2. 2 years later, in 2006, SIE London Studio went on to release a PSP exclusive spin-off of Sony's Getaway series. The game takes place in London, albeit a less graphically impressive version, which is still good considering the fact that the game is running on the PlayStation Portable system. After this, the Getaway IP lay dormant for many years. Then in June of 2016, Mike Rouse, a vehicle artist for the Getaway and former Sony developer, stated in a reply to a fan who asked for a remaster of the Getaway in one of his videos from his YouTube channel, Retro Gamer Boy, that he has heard from his colleagues at Sony that there's something Getaway related in the works. Well, 2 months later, SIE London Studio released the London Heist as a demo that was included with PlayStation VR Worlds for the launch of the PlayStation Virtual Reality system in October 2016. While the London Heist demo isn't specifically tied to the Getaway IP, its follow-up, Blood and Truth, once carried the Getaway name, though eventually that wasn't to be. Taken from an interview, Stuart White said, "You get people saying, can't they do a new The Getaway?" says Stuart White, director of VR development at London Studios. And I'm kind of thinking it depends on what you want from The Getaway. If you're looking for an open world, then it's not an open world. But if you're looking for a rich narrative experience set in London that really puts you in that world, then yeah, this definitely delivers on that. Now, fast forward to October of this year, 2020. Sony Interactive Entertainment trademarks the SOHO engine in Europe. This is a pretty big reference to the original developers of the Getaway series, but I believe it to only be just that, a reference. Blood and Truth, which was originally an entry into the Getaway series, was developed on an in-house engine titled LSSDK. Now, taken from an article on SIE London Studio's website, at London Studio, our technical teams have always worked hard to push the boundaries for what is possible with PlayStation VR. One of the key ways we achieved this was to develop an engine capable of delivering the very best content for PlayStation VR by building a proprietary runtime and toolset named LSSDK. This engine has allowed us to keep the high-quality PlayStation standard in the challenging VR medium by following 3 core pillars. The first was ensuring LSSDK is bespoke to the PSVR platform. This allowed us to maximize features that are relevant for VR, such as advanced rendering and giving us a dynamic resolution system for high quality and optimized graphics. The second was providing quick iteration for our developers, using features such as live editing on PS4 and hot reloading. This is important since other engines often require you to build a package to review on console. We've created a toolset that's so easy to use we are able to give it to our external partners around the world, allowing them to work directly alongside our internal team with minimum friction, hiding the complexity of traditional source control systems. Lastly, the LSSDK engine allows us to use features that traditionally only non-VR games can do, such as extensive use of real-time lighting and shadowing, including volumetric lighting. As a team, this allows us to take the medium of VR gaming to the next level. Now notice, we're done with the interview or the article, how they reference it as the LSSDK engine. No official title, nothing. I believe with the SOHO engine, this is them trademarking the engine that many first-party and even external-party PSVR titles will be developed on in the coming future. It was only fitting to reference SIE London Studios' roots while trademarking the engine that they built and inspired the Getaway PSVR game Blood and Truth on. As much as I would love to see a straight sequel to the Getaway series, I do not think we will see anything anytime soon, especially with how well Blood and Truth sold. Now, I still think that SIE London studio will go on to develop similar Getaway-styled PSVR games, but I'm not sure we will get that direct sequel like we were hoping. But thanks for listening, and if you'd love for me to cover another topic, just drop it below in the comments, and tell me your favorite moments from the Getaway series and what you would like to see if an actual sequel ever appeared. Until next time, guys, keep gaming, and I'll see y'all later.